Alright guys, hello and welcome. My name is Unctious and I am so excited to be here with you today, and I'll tell you why. Because this is going to be my submission as part of the top 8 for the IPL caster search. Guys, you don't understand how excited I am about this. This is probably the biggest thing in my casting career so far, and I hope I'll be able to continue on in it. Now, if you haven't had the opportunity to check out anybody else's videos, the other 7 casters, go ahead and check them out because this is one of the strongest casting pools I've seen in a long time. There's a lot of competition here, so check them out. If you happen to like mine, go ahead and hit the like button under the video at the end of the broadcast. And I guess enough about the competition. Let's go ahead and watch some StarCraft. Alright, spawning in the northmost spawning position, our red Zerg player. He is a guy who has been tearing up the IPL Fight Club like it is nobody's business. Perhaps, I think he has the highest bounty ever seen in the IPL Fight Club so far. His name is Hyun. And his opponent, in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, the blue Protoss player. Will he be able to end his opponent's reign on the IPL Fight Club and avenge all the other players who have fallen to him? It is Finale. His name would actually ring rather true if we were to take out Hyun here. Alright, so Atlantis Spaceship. Now, this map is absolutely massive. This is one of the biggest maps in the entire map pool today. I think it's actually a really awesome map. Partly for that reason, it kind of really shows that, or really emphasizes that macro-based play, and we should be seeing that come out of Hyun here. I mean, he is one of the safest players in the book. He plays as safe as possible, and perhaps that's why he is so powerful right now in the IPL Fight Club. He's been doing a really great job here, and generally from Protoss players, you're going to see Nexus first in general. I mean, we do see our Protoss player going for this Forge Fast expand here, so pretty much normal as far as he's concerned. And wow, look at that. Hyun actually going for a pretty early spawning pool here, so it looks like he might actually try to get a little bit aggressive. Now, I don't actually know if I like that decision right off the bat because this is a massive map. It takes even Lings a long time to get across it, so trying to get over to your opponent's base could be a little bit tough for a Zerg player to do. And our Protoss player should be in a pretty good position to try to hold that off. That is until he throws down a Nexus on 15. This is an incredibly early Nexus here. He's actually delaying his Forge quite a bit to be able to get this thing down. But I think he should be able to get a cannon up anyway. It's actually going to be pretty close here. Spawning pool finishes up. We should be seeing some Lings come out. It's going to be 6 Lings right off the bat. So he's going to be trying to get across the map. And if this was, say, like 4 Lings or something like that, you could say, he's just going to kind of poke at the front, prod, try to scare his opponent, maybe force a couple cannons out. But no, in fact, he's going up to 8 Lings here. He's going to rush across the map, and he should actually be able to do a little bit of damage if he's able to get into his opponent's base. We do see him expanding behind this, so he will be trying to move towards that economic play, which is rather nice. And in the meantime, his opponent is going to go ahead and throw his probe across the map, but he's not actually sending it directly across. It's going way over to the right. That's not going to spot these Lings at all. That would have been his saving grace. If he had seen those, he would have been able to wall off, immediately get down a second cannon, but he's just now throwing down his cannon. He has no idea that this aggression's on the way, and it's going to be a little while before he finds out. The probe does see it now. He's going to try to run back and try to wall off completely. Now, the question is, will he actually be able to do that in time? The Lings are getting pretty close here. The probe is going to try to throw down the gateway, and the gateway does go down, but our Zerg player might still actually be able to get in through this wall. He's going to go ahead and continue to poke forward at that. He's going to be able to force a cancel. The cancel does go down, and it looks like he's going to go ahead and go straight for that cannon, try to take that out as quickly as possible. And with this many Lings, that thing's going to fall so quickly. A lot of probes getting pulled here to try to keep the cannon alive, but it's not going to be good enough. The cannon does fall, and now our Zerg player has complete reign over the inside of his opponent's base here. Now, this is a big deal because there's going to be a ton of mining time lost for our Protoss player here. And meanwhile, the Zerglings are going to be able to run around completely and get a full scout of the inside of his opponent's base. I mean, at this point, Hyun's in a beautiful position. He can find out the gas timings. He can deny mining time. This is the best possible thing. This is the best possible position for Hyun to be in. This is actually a rather brilliant play. Knowing that his opponent was going to be going for some sort of Nexus first, he's going to go ahead, get in there, do as much damage as possible, and he's still picking off Lings. This is a beautiful bit of aggression here. And as he just continues to stay active with them, he's actually taking a third base as well. So this is beautiful. And on that note, our Protoss player going to go ahead and try to put some cannons down over here. It looks like now. I don't think that's in range at all. Yeah, no. Hyun has no idea about that quite yet, so that could be pretty devastating. But meanwhile, I mean, to him, he might be focusing way over here on these Zerglings all over the place. I mean, he's pretty much consistently moving them around very well. We do see a Cybernetics core going down for our Protoss player, so we can start teching up, maybe get Warp Gate research out as quickly as possible. And we should be seeing some cannons go down here in just a matter of moments. He's going to start throwing those down any second. And here it comes. He has saved up enough minerals. Alright, so cannon does go down. It's not spotted, but Ling's coming out here immediately. Hyun, so good, being so active with his Lings. He's going to he spots the pylon, he spots the cannon. He's going to be able to get a couple more Lings out and force a cancel on that. That is beautiful. And this is probably the worst position that a Protoss player could be in. He pretty much gets economic damage done to him. He tries to put the hurt on his opponent. He can't really catch any break whatsoever here. And meanwhile, his opponent still has Lings in his main. In fact, he's going to be able to see these gas timings. He sees both of them come down. We have seen our Protoss player go ahead and grab those first and second gases in this particular position, and has our Zerg player even seen that yet? Has he sent out a Ling out there? Yeah, in fact, he knows exactly how much gas his opponent has at this point. So, our Zerg player in such a beautiful position. I mean, this is as good as it gets for Hyun. I mean, this is a cakewalk for him. And he's just going to continue sending these Lings around, doing everything he can behind this, getting a layer up as well, so he's going to be able to move up towards those upgrades. This is actually, I mean, in any other circumstance, might be a little bit greedy, right? You're grabbing your third base at the same time as you're grabbing your layer. You don't really have any tech up to really defend against it, but he knows that his opponent can't put on any counter-aggression. We do see Robo going down right here, and I think this is actually a little bit of a surprising thing to me. This map is so large that even though so many Protoss players nowadays go for Sentry Immortal pushes, this map is so big, you're going to usually see a Stargate come out here, just because it means that you're going to be able to be extra mobile. Immortals are rather slow, so trying to push across the map, your push is going to come way later than you want it to be, and your opponent's going to have plenty of time to react to it. So a little bit of a surprising play here, going for that Robo. But on the other hand, he does need to be a little bit more defensive. He can't really take the time to go ahead and go up towards Stargate and try to get aggressive and try to harass his opponent. So, yeah, it looks like we're going for Observers. Oh, he's got a Stargate on the way, +1 on the way as well, so he could be moving up to +2 immediately after that. Maybe some sort of, like, +2 Blink Obs play. We're going to have to find out a little bit more specifically what our Protoss player has in mind here. And that might actually be good for him, because his opponent does have quite a few Roaches on the way. Layer has finished up, he's got Glial Reconstitution on the way as well, so Roaches are going to be able to be a little bit faster, which is going to be nice to have on this absolutely massive map. And more Roaches coming out. I mean, this is starting to look a little bit more like that Stefano-style Ling Roach Max. As he is going up to get Layer. He's got that +1 missile attack on the way as well, so he's going to have a pretty strong mid-game army here, and surprisingly, taking this 4th base as well. This forward 4th base is actually a really cool thing to do, because once again, this is all kind of working together like cogs in a machine. He knows that his opponent can't take any aggression at this point, so he can afford to expand a little bit more aggressively, get creep spread a little bit farther forward, and not to mention this is a little bit closer to his natural and his third base, so defending against this is going to be defending this base is going to be a little bit more easy. Not to mention the fact that he has this Rich Vespine Geyser right here. Taking this base is like having 2 bases worth of gas, so he's going to be able to tech up rather well if we even get to that point. I mean, we see him doing a lot of stuff pretty much immediately. You know, he's got Roaches on the way, he's got Lings on the way, he's actually got Ventral Sacs on the way as well. That's a little bit surprising, not something that you see every day. In fact, this is actually looking a lot like a build that he did against, I want to say, Brown. Ooh, catching a couple of sentries out here, getting really close to getting one, unable to do it. One Roach will go down here, he's going to be pretty much slaughtered. Good force fields there, catching him by surprise. But what was I saying? Right, this looks like what we saw Hyun do against Brown. He went for that he went for a ton of units and just dropped them right into his opponent's main. We'll have to see if he actually chooses to do that again. That's where it looks like it's heading, but on the other hand, he hasn't actually gotten speed yet for his Lings. So if he has a lot of Lings as part of this fight, he's probably going to want to wait for it. He doesn't have too many gases. Just that second and third gas. 4 gases right now. Hasn't even taken gases at this forward base. And our Protoss player actually going for this forward base as well. This is a very risky maneuver for him. He doesn't actually have the army to deal with this. There's no position that he can really put his army that's going to defend against this very well, especially against this sort of mid-game push. I mean, look at this. I mean, speed is just now starting, so he might actually wait for that to finish up before he goes in for this aggression. He's going to see the Immortals, the Stalkers, and the Sentries here, and he's going to say, you know what, that is the exact unit composition that is built to defend against this particular sort of aggression. The Immortals deal an incredible amount of damage to Roaches. The Stalkers deal, I mean, if they're on +2, which we do see on the way here, they deal an incredible amount of damage as well, and Sentries are going to help zone out those Lings so that he doesn't have to worry about those too much. But our Zerg player is going to be maxed out in just a matter of moments. 34 Lings on the way and 5 more Roaches. He's going to be able to continue popping out units for quite a while here. Meanwhile, look, our Overlords are moving out as well, so Hyun looks like he is going to go straight for that Overlord drop into the main. And that could be potentially devastating here. Now, Blink is out for our Protoss player, so maybe he could possibly pick off a couple of those Overlords or get into his main a little bit quicker. But meanwhile, looks like Hyun's going to put on the aggression here. It's going to be a very, very difficult position for a Protoss player to hold here. Trying to throw down a couple of force fields, not really able to capture any units in there, so not great. But here come the Overlords. Our Protoss player, once he sees these, is going to have a good idea of what's going on. He's going to have to make his way back up into the main. Looks like a lot of these units are going to get loaded up immediately. Force fields go down, but that's not going to be very good for our Protoss player. He's not going to be able to get over there to try to take out these overlords. And here comes the drop. This is going to be a massive doom drop. A lot of these stalkers getting caught out of position, actually going down rather quickly. Now he's actually going to be able to take down this Nexus and quite a few production facilities as well. There are just not that many gateways on the field right now. Not enough anyway to deal with this. A lot of these Immortals not even in position to try to deal that extra damage. It looks like, I mean, I'm interested in seeing if he's going to try to focus down that Nexus here. It looks like it is starting to get focused down a little bit. Just about shields, just about done here, and it looks like an aggressive blink forward, taking out a couple of these more roaches, but in the meantime, a huge attack down over at the third base. He's going to be able to take this out. There's nothing here to defend. There's only a few zealots, and this is a massive number of roaches. Nothing's going to be able to defend against this, and he will be able to take out that third base. Meanwhile, the Nexus in the main base has gone down as well, and now what can our Protoss player do? He's going to rush over, try to defend this third, but he's not going to have enough time to get over there. The third base will fall in just a matter of seconds, and it does go down. Protoss player now trying to get into position, but what can he possibly do? His economy is in shambles, like complete shambles. Looks like he's going to try to throw down a couple force fields here, and his opponent's going to go ahead and throw in this extra set of lings, do that extra little bit of damage, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough. No, yeah, it looks like our Protoss player will be able to have a decent army here. He will be able to clean up the rest of these roaches, but man, the damage has already been done. His opponent has taken out 2 of his 3 bases. I mean, the best thing that he can do right now is pretty much go all in. He's got to go across the map, attack with what he has, and this is pretty much the army he's going to have for the rest of the game. He doesn't have anything to actually reinforce with. Immortals aren't going to be able to get across the map. In fact, he needs to go and pretty much go right now. In the meantime, though, Hyun has had a wonderful opportunity to continue making roaches. His macro is incredible, hitting pretty much, I think he's been doing pretty decently on larva injects. No, actually, he could have a little bit of a stronger force here. He's banked up quite a few units, and now these players are going to try to shark back and forth and get into position to deal with this. And once again, this army composition is absolutely perfect for a Protoss player. This is everything he could hope for against this particular army comp, but the Zerg player is just at 178 supply against 114. He's got an incredibly massive army. This is going to be very, very tough for both players to try to continue on forward and hold here. I mean, looks like our Protoss player going to get ready. Oh, Hyun looks like he's going to force the engagement. Force fields do go down, but not quick enough. A lot of these units are right on top. In fact, he's actually going to be able to target down these Immortals so quickly. This is going to be a rough situation. 1 does go down, 2 go down as well. It looks like there's only 4 Immortals left, but the Blink Stalkers in the meanwhile are dealing a ton of damage. They do have +2. I mean, it is 2-2, but they're still going to be able to do a ton of damage to these roaches. They're pretty much built, and with good Blink Micro, he's going to be able to take out more of these guys. But 24 more roaches on the way. There's only 3 Immortals left. He needs to keep those alive at all costs, but all the sentries have died. There's no more force fields that can go down here. Hyun's going to just go right in, target down those Immortals, and if he can take those down, he might be able to take this entire game. His opponent's barely on any economy whatsoever. If he can clean up these Stalkers, he's going to be in a good position. In fact, 1 more swell of roaches will come down here, and that's going to be it for our Protoss player. In fact, there's GG. Hyun looking so strong here with a massive aggression, a very cool twist on that Stefano sort of Roach max for the mid-game into pretty much a beautiful defense, just completely maxing out on units over and over and over again, and there was nothing that his opponent was going to be able to do about it. He moved on in, but the force fields weren't good enough. Hyun moving right on top of his opponent and taking the game. This guy is so good. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the game, and I hope you liked the cast. My name is Unctious. If you like the button, go ahead and hit like. If you like the button, what does that even mean? If you like the video, hit the like button down below the video. I very much appreciate it. Thanks for your support and getting me to this point so far. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.